Canada has now started to allow international students to come to Canada if they are unable to study online and if their visas were issued on or before March 18th. Workers, if you are having a valid work permit in Canada and you went back to India just for a visit, you are allowed to come back. If you have been just issued a visa to work in Canada and you're coming to meet your spouse, definitely you have to seek an exemption and a job letter from an employer in Canada to be able to return. So there are many ifs and buts before these people can come back.
Hey everyone, welcome to Darpan Dialogue. Amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, immigration is one topic that's been on a lot of people's minds, whether it's students, new applicants, those who are already here looking to extend their status, and many other questions, and those of course affected with the travel restrictions. Well, to kind of tell us as to what's going on with some of those areas, we've reached out to Rakesh Sharma. He's an immigration consultant with Alliance Immigration in Surrey. Hi Rakesh, how are you?
Hi. How are you, Ish?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
So travel restrictions hugely impacting a lot of people around the globe. What can you tell our viewers in terms of who can and who can't travel?
That's a topic that has caught the attention of so many people around the world because Canada is a hotspot, especially in summertime. Right. But even more than summertime, people who are clamoring to come back to Canada are mostly visitors at this time and students and workers. Visitors can be put on hold, and actually most of the visitors cannot even come at this time unless they're exempt. Students, they have put students and workers, if you have been issued a visa on or before March 18th, definitely you are exempt from the travel. But recently they put the online study as the main focus, that if you are studying online, it will not impact your eligibility for postgrad work permit. Recently there have been challenges in a country like India because of the bandwidth and the difference in timings between Canada and India, and there were concerns being raised that online studies may not even be possible for most of the students in the rural or semi-rural areas in India. So Canada has now started to allow international students to come to Canada if they are unable to study online and if their visas were issued on or before March 18th. Workers, if you are having a valid work permit in Canada and you went back to India just for a visit, you are allowed to come back. If you have been just issued a visa to work in Canada and you're coming to meet your spouse, definitely you have to seek an exemption and a job letter from an employer in Canada to be able to return. So there are many ifs and buts before these people can come back. We have been able to successfully bring back our clients, most of them who approached us, and they have been able to land here, and after quarantine they're able to go and work. In terms of visitors, only those visitors who are not coming here for pleasure or travel or just for just for entertainment, they are able to come to Canada. But if you are a visitor and you have your Canadian citizen spouse here, you may be able to come to Canada. This is how it is. Yeah.
All right, great. With that said, lots of people looking to extend, and depending on other status that they've got, what sort of issues are at play there with the Canadian immigration?
That's actually a great question. Immigration of Canada has done something which they have never done in the past, and of course this pandemic is a very unusual thing to have happened around the globe. Immigration has recently announced that if you lost your status in Canada after January the 30th, usually people had 90 days, most of them had 90 days to restore their status in Canada from the date they lose their status. Now they are able to restore their status until end of December 2020, which is a great development because most of the people cannot even travel back to their respective countries of origin or nationality, and this comes as a great respite to those people. Especially the second development that has caught the fancy of many people is that immigration has dispensed with the requirement of biometrics, the fingerprints and the photos. Biometrics is no longer required for in-Canada applicants. If you are having an application in place, it's being processed and it was getting delayed because you are not able to get the biometrics done. Service Canada centers are closed. Definitely immigration has taken a giant step forward and they have exempted all those in Canada applicants from the requirement of biometrics. These are certain very good and positive developments that has brought a lot of respite to in Canada applicants.
That's fantastic. That really is great news right till about December.
Yes.
Okay, with that said, any special provision for those who are in the business category as applicants?
Especially in British Columbia province, under the BC Provincial Nominee Program, there are two basic categories. One is the base category of business applicants and one is the regional pilot. So in the base category, you have to have a net worth of $600,000 and a minimum investment required is $200,000, and in the pilot category, regional pilot category, the net worth requirement is $300,000 and the minimum investment required is $100,000. In both these cases, if you have a post-secondary credential, it's good, but if you don't have a post-secondary credential in the last 5 years, you have to have minimum 3 years of business experience as a business owner, and then you don't have to have any post-secondary education. English is mandatory in both these categories, and in the regional pilot you have to have the support of a participating community. In the base category you can set up a business or buy a business anywhere in BC, but in the regional pilot only in the identified communities you can go and set up a business. It's a great program. Monthly draws are there and you are assessed based on the certain parameters. Anybody willing to explore their prospects of getting a business, getting into the business entrepreneur category, either regional or in the base category, can definitely contact us and we'll take it forward.
All right, well, that's some good information there as well. Thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you very much.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe.